Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس Super Goal 1. Before I start, I would like to welcome my colleague, Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil, the interpreter to the sign language. As always, we start with the objectives, what we are going to achieve at the end of this class. At the end of this class, inshallah, the student will be able to identify some objects in the rooms. Also, the student will be able to use there is and there are. The student will be able also to ask questions with is there and are there. Also, the student will be able to identify some prepositions behind, in front of, under, and on and in. Also, the student will be able to identify the information, identify the intonation in yes or no questions. Okay, rising intonation in yes no questions. As you know that we reviewed some of the content of this super goal. We told you that in this unit, in this lesson, we are planning to study 6 units, inshallah. We start with unit 6 from super goal 1. The title of this unit that we are studying now is there a view? This is a question, and that is a title for this unit. And the main theme of this unit is the view. What do you mean by view? The view is the thing that you can see through something, whether through a balcony or through a window and so on. The next unit that we're planning to study, where do you live? And unit 8, what are you doing? And after that, we will stop for revision. We will stop at unit 5 to 8. That is called the expansion unit. Also, we will take some units, 3 units from Sober Goal 2. That is, what do you do? What is school like? And what time do you get up? And each unit, as we said before, has 11 sections. The first section is listen and discuss, which gives the main theme of each unit. So in the previous lesson, we studied listen and discuss plus pair work. And today, inshallah, in our lesson, we will study grammar, listening, and punctuation. And later on, we will study conversation, about you, reading, writing, project, and also form, meaning, and function. So today, we are still in unit 6. We will study is there a view, grammar, listening, and punctuation. Okay, so what we're going to study in grammar, we are going to study the there is and there are. Also the prepositions, as we said before, in front of, behind, on, under. What's the difference among these 5 prepositions? We will learn, inshallah, in the coming slides. Conjunctions, how to connect sentences using and, but, and also in the listening section, we are going to listen to specific information to perform a task that is in our class today, inshallah. And in the pronunciation section, we're going to study yes no questions intonation, how to pronounce yes no questions correctly. Okay, we will make a quick revision on the previous lesson when we talked about a house, our home. Okay, what kinds of rooms we have in our house, and also what are the objects that are available in our houses. You can see here, this is a house, and you have now 10 items or 10 objects. We will try to find out what these objects are. We started with number 1 here. You can tell, look at the picture. Number 1, what is it? Very good, that is called a stove. Where can you find the stove? We can find it in the kitchen. So stove is in the kitchen. Look at number 2 here. What is it? It is a rug. Okay, a rug that is on that we put on the floor, as you can see here. It is under the table, as you can see here. And number 3 here, what do you call it? We call it a vase. We put flowers in the vase. And number 4 here, okay, that gives us the ability to see at dark time or at night. It is called a lamp. We call it a lamp. And in number 5 here, it is a chair. A chair, you know what a chair is? A chair is the thing that we sit on to eat or to write or to rest. And in number 6 here, what is this? You can tell You got the arrow here. It indicates the TV. This is a TV. Where do you usually find the TV? We can find TV mostly in the living room. So TV is in the living room. And we go to number 7. What is number 7? That is in the bathroom. What is it? It is a mirror. Very good. That is a mirror. Let's go to number 8. What is number 8 here? Okay, that we use to wash our hands. We call it a sink. That is a sink. You can find a sink also in the bathroom. We can find it as well in the kitchen also. And number 9 here is a bed. Where can you find the bed? The bed is in the bedroom, okay, where you can sleep on. And the last one here, number 10, is the closet. What do you mean by closet? Closet is the thing that we keep our clothes, okay? So it's called closet. And also from the previous lesson, let's review some of the vocabulary. Try to remember what we studied. We start with an adjective. As we said before, we give you some hints to remember or to remind you of the words and try to recall the right word. An adjective starting with P, pleasant to look at. If you can describe something as pleasant to look at, like something you admire, we can say pretty. Okay, pretty. That is pretty. That means very beautiful, very good, and it is pleasant to look at. Let's read it in an example like this one. There is a pretty garden in front of the house. Okay, that means good looking garden. And here we move to number 2. It's an adjective starting with C, a pleasant feeling. Okay, you feel something and it is pleasant, it is called comfortable. When you are comfortable, that means you have a pleasant feeling, a good feeling. Okay, let's read it in an example here. Omar's apartment is small, but it is very nice and comfortable. That means it is comfortable. He can find a good time and he rests there and he finds himself having a good feeling. Next is an adjective starting with M, made using the most recent idea. Okay, what is it? It is modern. Modern, that means new. If you want to describe the word modern, you can say made using the most recent idea. So it is done, it is created with recent idea, with new ideas. Okay, there is a modern kitchen. If you want to describe a kitchen that it is modern, all the equipment, the facilities available in this kitchen are modern. That means they are new, up to date. Okay, and here we talk about a verb starting with V, what you can see from a particular place. This is the title of this unit. You see something from a particular place, we call it like this one, through a window, for example. It is starting with V. Yes, very good. That is a view. We say a view. But the apartment has a balcony with a beautiful view. When we talked about Jim's house and Umar's apartment, you remember in the previous lesson, we talked about a very nice view, okay, that Umar's apartment has. And we talk about another noun starting with G, a piece of land next to and belonging to a house. Like this one, it's called garden. What is a garden? Again, a garden is a piece of land next to and belonging to a house. Okay. Here we read an example. There is a garden in front of Jim's house. Okay, now we move to our main class of today, that is about grammar. What are we going to study in grammar? We will study there is and there are. If you want to talk about something that is available in a place, you can say there is. There is a pen, for example. There is a book. But if you talk about more than one, you can say there are. Okay, there are pens. There is only one pen. There are 2 books. Okay, and so on. Let's have some examples here. With affirmative, you can say there is, or you can make it in this way. There is, like this, you have an apostrophe, an S, a table in the kitchen. There is a table in the kitchen. Okay, the negative form can be like this. There isn't a bathroom downstairs. There isn't. There is for one thing. Okay, for one thing also, but in the negative form, you can say there isn't. Okay, there isn't, as you can see in the example, a bathroom downstairs. For plural, you can say like this one. There are 4 people at the table. You can see a table and there are 4 people sitting by the table. So there are. Why do we say there are here? Because we are talking about more than one. there are 4 people. If you talk about one, there is one man or one woman, one person. Okay, negative form, there aren't trees in front of the house. Okay, there aren't trees. And also we have questions, short answers and short answer negative. That means like this one here. If you want to ask, you say there is a table in the kitchen. The question can be changed into, you exchange the places of is with there, and you say, is there a table in the kitchen? Is there a table? You can say like this one, yes there is. If it is a positive answer, if it's negative, you can say no there isn't. Okay, again another example here, more than one. When you say there are flowers at the table and you want to make it a question, you exchange the place again. You say, are there flowers on the table? The answer can be like this, yes there are, or you can say no there aren't. Okay, and now let's talk about the prepositions. What do you mean by prepositions? In front of, behind, on, and under. Look at this box here. What do we have in the box here? We have what? A mouse. Where is the mouse? Let's read the sentence here. The mouse is in the box. Inside the box, so we can say in. This is the preposition in to talk about something like this one here, to describe the mouse. The mouse is inside the box. You can say the mouse is in the box. Okay, now here we have a balcony here. Okay, what do we have in the balcony here? We have a cat. Where is the cat? We can say the cat is on the balcony. It is on. You can see where the cat is. Okay, another here picture here about the mouse. Where is the mouse? We can say the mouse is under the balcony. The mouse is under, okay, below the place here. And here we have a cat and a mouse. One of them is facing the other, so we can say in front of the cat. It is in front of the cat. So one of them is facing the other. And here we talk about a mouse and a cat again. Where is the cat? We can say here the cat is behind the mouse. The cat is in the first place, and the mouse is in the first place, and the cat is behind. As we said before, the cat is behind the mouse. Okay, and we move to the exercise. Complete the conversation. Use there is, there are, or there isn't, or there aren't. Look at number 1 here. This room is great. A nice bed. Let's use there is, there are. There isn't, there aren't. Okay, so if you talk about a nice bed, one bed, okay, do you say there is or there are? Excellent. We say there is because only one. Okay, there is one bed only. B here, is there a sofa like this one here? We say no. If you say no, that means you make the sentence in the negative form. You can say no, there isn't. No, there isn't. Next here, but, we can say but there are chairs and table. We talk about chairs and table, more than one, so we can say there are. Is there a bathroom? Is there a bathroom? Yes. What do you say here? We can say yes. If it is one, we say there is. More than one, there are. But here, the question is a bathroom, one bathroom. We can say here, yes, there is. And the answer can be, is there a TV? Also, is there a TV? We're asking about the TV. We can say, no, there isn't. You can tell from the picture here. And you can do this exercise in your book. It is exercise A. We had this conversation. You can ask this, these questions as a role play with a member of your family or with a classmate. Conversation with exercise A with a partner, asking there is, there are. If you want to ask a question, you say, is there? If you want to ask about one. Is there a book? Is there a table? Is there a sofa like this one? If you want to ask about more than one, you say, are there? Okay, are there books there? Are there chairs? And so on. The answer can be, yes, there is, or can be also, no, there isn't. Now we move to the second part of our class today. Here we're going to listen to something. Okay, so when you want to listen, you have to gather as much information as you can to make your listening easier and you understand your comprehension and your understanding better. Compare Ali's and Adil's apartment. We have two apartments now. One belongs to Ali and the other one belongs to Adil. We want to compare, okay, between them. Share your sentences with a partner. The first one here is Adil's apartment and the other one is Ali's apartment. You can tell here there is a dryer. Is there a dryer in Adil's apartment? Is there a dryer? You can see here. Look for a dryer. Yes, there is. Okay, but here we move to Ali's apartment. Is there a dryer? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Let's go back to Adil's apartment. Are there chairs? Are there chairs? Yes, there are. You can see, you can point at the chairs. Okay, but here, look, let's go back to Ali's apartment. Are there chairs? We can't see chairs here. There are no chairs, only there is a table. Okay, and so on. You can practice doing that by asking, is there? If you want to ask about one. If you want to ask about more than one, you can say, are there? Okay. And now we move to, we give you some more examples about Adil's and his friend Ali's apartment. Here, number one, Ali's apartment has two bathrooms. So there are two bathrooms, okay? And also Ali's apartment has one bathroom. We can say also there is a living room in Adil's apartment. Okay, you can say also there is a living room in Ali's apartment. You can say there is, there are, or you can use it in another way. It has. Adil's apartment has two bathrooms. Ali's apartment has one bathroom, and so on. Okay, listen, draw, write, and name. Write the names of the missing objects in the room. Now we can see a room here. There are some missing objects. We need to decide where these objects are. Okay, let's listen and find out about these objects. Okay.
Listen, draw, or write the names of the missing objects in the room. There's a vase with flowers in the dining room table. 2. There's a rug in front of the sofa. 3. There's a magazine under the small round table. 4. There's a lamp behind the armchair. 5. The sound system is on the shelf. 6. There's a painting on the wall.
Okay, so we can see here, we can have a vase on the table. We can see some magazines under the table, the round table. We have a rug also in front of the sofa, and we have a lamp also behind the armchair. We have also a DVD player on the shelf, and we have a painting on the wall. Okay, so you can play the video, the audio again, and find out where these items are. Okay, now we move to the last part of our class today, which is about pronunciation, how to pronounce things. Listen to the rising intonation, then practice. These questions, like, is there a garage? How do you say it? How do you pronounce this question? Whenever you ask a yes or no question, you have to make a rising intonation at the end of the question. Like here, try to read it to pronounce the word garage in the best way, in the right pronunciation, to make a rising intonation. We call it intonation. So when you ask yes or no question, the last word of the question should be high. Okay, like this one here. Is there a garage? Is there a garage? This is the best way how to ask this question. So look at the arrow here. It indicates that you raise the intonation of garage. Okay, let's listen to one of your colleagues reading these sentences and try to repeat after her, because you will find out that the best way to pronounce the yes no question is by raising your intonation at the end of the question.
Listen to the rising intonation, then practice. Is there a garage? Are there curtains? Are there flowers? Is there a cat on the sofa? Is there a microwave? Are there pictures on the wall?
Okay, so you notice here garage, curtains, flowers, the sofa, microwave, the wall. You can they have rising intonation. Okay, now we move to exercise B, that is on grammar or in the vocabulary from the previous lesson. Complete the sentences use behind, in front of, under, on, or in. The first one here, the mirror in the bathroom. What do we say here? Do we use in front of, behind, under, on, or in? The best thing is to say in. It is in the bathroom. Okay, the backpack is the closet. Where is the backpack? The thing that you put on your back, and when you have hiking or when you travel or when you go away from your home, that is in the closet. We can say in the closet. The rug is under the table. Look at the table, and what we have in under the table, we have, as you can see here, a rug. Okay. The flowers are the table. Where are the flowers? Look at the flowers. They are on the table. On the table. Number 5. The big chair is. Look at the big chair. Where is it? It is in front of the TV. Okay. And we move also to the 6th one. The sink is the mirror. Where is the sink? It is under the mirror. Okay. You look at yourself in the mirror, and under the mirror there is a sink. Okay. Number 7, the bed is in the bedroom. Sorry, the bed is in the bedroom. Yes, the bed is in the bedroom. Where is the bed? It is in the bedroom. Number 8, the lamp is behind the table. There is a table, and behind the table there is a lamp. Okay. Number 9, the books are. Where are the books? On the bed. Okay, there are books on the bed. The poster is on the wall. Okay, it is on the wall, like the picture we saw a while ago. Okay, now we move to another question here. We talk about the celebrity, as we said before. Complete the conversation. John is a celebrity. Use there is, there are, is there, and are there. Okay, this is a famous person. His name is John. We call him a celebrity, and he has an interview with the reporter. The reporter is asking him. The reporter is asking, is your house in California big? He's asking about the house that this celebrity has. Is it big? And the answer, yes, it is. Okay, there are 35 rooms. Okay, so there are 35 rooms. That means it is very big. Okay, now the reporter replies, 35 rooms with exclamation. 35 rooms. He's asking him, that is a big house. Okay, now the answer here, yes, 15 bedrooms. So do you expect that we can write there is or there are? Since we are talking about 15 bedrooms, we can say there are 15 bedrooms. And there are also 10 bathrooms. 2 kitchens. Do we say there is or there are? We say also there are. Okay, we talk about a kitchen, 1 kitchen here. Do we say there are or there is? We say there is, because we are talking about 1. And here, and a kitchen downstairs. So 1 kitchen is upstairs and 1 is downstairs. Do we write there is or there are? There is, because we are talking about 1 kitchen. Okay, so there is 1 kitchen. We continue here with the reporter's question, a balcony. If you want to ask if the balcony is available in the house, do you say are there or is there? We say is there, because we're talking about 1 balcony. So here, is there a balcony? The answer here, the celebrity is answering, yes, there are 2 balconies. So we say there are, because we're talking about 2. 1 balcony in front of the house. Do you say there is or there are? We say there is, because he's talking about 1 now. There is 1 balcony. And 1 balcony behind the house. Also 1, we say there is. A nice view from front balcony. So talking about the view that this balcony has. So he's telling us, and he writes here, there is. You have to notice something very important. There is here is capitalized. The first letter of the word there is capital. Why? Because we are starting a new sentence. Okay, that is the end of our class today. Thank you for watching, and see you inshallah in our next episode. Goodbye.